Hi everybody, this is Angelica. How are you today? Thank you so much for watching. This video is called Grounding Your Lower 3 Chakras. And I'm doing this video because what I've realized is not all, but most actually, people that have a lot of spiritual energy have a harder time balancing and harmonizing their lower 3 chakras. So since these chakras are always wide open and there's a constant flow of energy coming through here when you are in a place of heightened spiritual awareness or when the spiritual energy is moving through you, it's really easy to connect to more things that are spiritual. It's easier to connect through telepathy, through feeling what other people are feeling, through your heart. Sometimes that can have to do with the solar plexus as well, but not always. The lower 3 chakras are often harder to heal and balance in people of a spiritual nature. So how do you balance these chakras when when it's uncomfortable for you to be on the earth? And that is a good point. That's kind of the reason that these chakras are so hard to balance, is because what happens is we come here and we're spiritual beings, and we're very spiritual and sensitive beings. And then we come here and we're trying to become more of our spiritual self, yet we're moving it into the physical body, which would deal more with the lower 3 chakras and living on the physical earth and being secure here and safe here and feeling like, everything's okay. So these chakras rule over those areas. So oftentimes what I find with clients and people that have gone through this is that in the beginning stages of an awakening, maybe when you're feeling higher and the Kundalini energy is moving through your body, you have these chakras up here all really activated. Then you will come down and you will feel the pain of your awakening. And as this pain comes through, this is actually the pain from the lower 3 chakras coming up. And so sometimes I'm like, move the pain up, because that's where it's coming from. It's coming from these lower chakras. And these have to do with survival and safety and just your power in the world and how you are on the earth and how you are moving yourself forward. So these need to be healed in order for you as a spiritual being to come into your body and express yourself in a spiritual way, but very grounded, so that you feel safe and you feel secure and you feel okay here on earth. So this dark time, when you're going through this really painful darkness, is a chance for you to really balance your lower 3 chakras. And that's why in the videos that I do, I really talk a lot about physical health. Because if you're really trying to ground yourself in the physical plane, because we're here for a reason, it's like we can't go anywhere, we can't leave, we have to stay here. If we're here for a reason to help humanity, then we need to really be able to be balanced and whole and secure and stable in our physical bodies. And when we're flying up out here, and we're always out here in spiritual land and everything like that, that's okay. But it's like we need to balance that with the earth. We need to balance the heaven and the earth. We need to balance the two, so they can work together. So you can have the spiritual knowledge that's coming through, but express it in a way where people on earth understand it. And this has been a big lesson for me to learn, because I always had all this going on when I had my spiritual awakening, and I was trying to tell people about it, but because I wasn't grounded in my physical self and my physical being, people were not taking me seriously at all. People will think that you're just coming, from a place that they've never heard of, and you're just way out there, and they will think that you're mentally ill. And in fact, I'm going to make another video right after this one about that, because it's been requested and I really want to get to that video. So, how do you heal and balance the first 3 chakras? The root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus chakra. First, you just have to get your life in order on earth, basically. Okay, because the root chakra deals with like your childhood, feeling secure and safe. So that deals with money and being able to, live your life in a way that's balanced, and you can get through every day in a normal situation at home or whatever. In a way that's just like every other person on earth. And most people come to earth with these 3 chakras, these 3 lower chakras, really strongly. They're working strongly, and then these chakras are dimmer. But when we're dealing with people that are spiritually awakening, most of the time they've come here in childhood dealing with trauma, or just having bad experiences in the first part of their lives, and they have not healed that yet. And so now, but they do have the upper chakras are really aware, really awake. Like they have just gifts and abilities like telepathy and things like that automatically. So the physical chakras, the root, sacral, and the solar plexus, there's things you can do to strengthen these chakras, and that is obviously the physical things. And the physical things can be more difficult to acquire, if that's a good word to use, than the spiritual skills for some people. Now, this isn't for everyone that's in a spiritual awakening, not everyone. Especially if you're the type of person that has never really been spiritual, and then you've had a spiritual awakening all of a sudden, that's a little bit different. I think some people that have gone through big awakenings later on, who have always kind of been spiritual and have always known that they don't belong here, and they've always known they're from somewhere else, these are the people that are going to have the hardest time with the physical realm. They feel like they've never quite fit in, and that they're here for a purpose, but they don't really want to be here because they remember their home, and their home is so much more loving and so wonderful. When they feel that place, they wonder what's wrong here on earth, but we're here to help. So that's why we decided to come here. Anyway, healing the lower 3 chakras takes work. It takes, it's a process of first, like I said before, and I say in all my videos, going through and healing all your emotional pain from the past, getting therapy if you need therapy, getting massage, doing exercise every single day consistently. Consistency is very, very important to creating a new life for yourself and kind of breaking free of old habits. If there's things that that are blocks for you that need to be removed, just keep working with them gently and slowly, and they'll go through and they'll move, and you'll strengthen your lower chakras, and then they will balance with the upper chakras, and you will be a fully awakened human. And I'm going to really talk a lot more about this and the ability to be a fully awakened human here, and sharing your gifts in a way that is clear and practical instead of coming from la la land and speaking about a bunch of stuff that doesn't make very much sense. I'm not one to want to talk about things that don't make sense here on Earth, because we live on Earth and we are dealing with the situations on Earth. So we must stay grounded and practical. And even though there is a spiritual element to everything, obviously, a lot of times people can only relate to those things in which they can see and understand. So if spiritual people can balance their lower 3 chakras and come from a place that people can understand them, regular people, then they can be of service. So it's just a process, and if you have the intention of wanting to balance and strengthen your lower 3 chakras, it will happen, and you will be led by your intuition on what those things are that you need to do in order to heal your lower 3 chakras. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for your time today. And if you would like to schedule a spiritual guidance session with me, please go below the video to my website and you will see my spiritual services tab there. Thank you and have a wonderful day.